we go. Did a much shorter intro this time. Not the 30-second long thing that we've been doing, but hey, welcome back. We are live again for the first time in a while. How's it going?
It's been quite a while.
It
We
has.
been making videos here and there, but
Mhm.
like I don't know, haven't felt like dude with the current climate of the world. I'm not gonna commentate on any political stuff, but things have been crazy out here. So like I've been nonstop paying attention to every time I wake up. I'm like, oh, what's going on today? What is this like freaking I don't know. Like, am I gonna be out of a job
Crazy stuff.
today? It is
Oh
what it
Lord, I
is though.
mean, it's potentially looking that way. We'll see what happens. Speaking of that, we're going to talk about the end of the world stuff tonight.
It's crazy. I've kept away from this in any of my stuff typically because I don't necessarily like focusing on the end of the world, but ever since I was a kid, I've told you this many times that like I believe that we will experience whatever the end is in our lifetime. And I used to have
Yep,
dreams about it when I was a kid, like
still do.
biblical end time stuff, like chariots falling from the sky. Now my dreams are super weird. Like for instance, I had a dream last night I was smoking weed with one of my supervisors, which doesn't make any sense because I would never hang out with this dude in a million years.
Maybe you should.
Super no, dude, absolutely not. You know who JJ Perez is. They don't have names.
Oops, we're live. Well, speaking of weird dreams, at least you don't talk with a guy with a Bigfoot named Derek, which is interesting.
Bigfoot named Derek. What a weird name. I was actually just reading the Law of One again, and they were talking about Bigfoot.
Hmm.
And again, every time I read this thing, I become more obsessed with the book series. Like, I think I needed it though, personally. But I will put a note on there that the Law of One source repeatedly says, and this is what I wanted to ask you about this because of David Wilcock, he's doing a lot of end times prophecies now, right?
Yeah.
Like Law of One, and he references the book series so heavily in all of his stuff, and
He
but they
does.
say explicitly that any kind of messages of doom and gloom are of a negative nature. They're not from a positively oriented source. So
Well,
it's just interesting that he would start posting it. I don't know. It's just interesting to me. Like, I wonder how he would explain that away. Because, like, I think that messages of doom and gloom from like supernatural sources are probably from a negative source too. But I don't know. It's
could
interesting.
be a type of fear mongering, a way of keeping people in check, making them fear, feeding off of the negativity. That's what these beings do. I mean, it's hard to say.
Right.
Will the
So
world actually
like
end?
that dude, I mean, well, honestly, with the what really got me into this end of the world stuff is like people are talking about the asteroid hitting in 2032, and it's like the odds have gone up to now they're like, what do you call that game where you throw the dice and it has a spinning thing? It was like craps. Is that what they called?
Oh,
No,
that spinning
roulette.
wheel?
I'm thinking of roulette.
Roulette.
So like the odds are up to like roulette odds, and like
We actually
now we got to
got
start
better
paying attention to
odds
this.
of winning the lottery than this asteroid hitting. I mean, it's
Like, and they're saying it's like city destroying. You know what I mean? Which is obviously maybe not the worst deal, but destroying
depends
a
on the
city
city.
obviously would still be bad.
Well, if it hits
Like
the
we're
ocean, I
talking
mean, imagine the wave it's going to create.
right, which obviously leads you to believe, like the amount of times in history that asteroids have hit our planet, and how many times, scientific evidence wise, has that shown a reset. You know what I mean? So that's what did you watch Graham Hancock's show on Netflix, Ancient Apocalypse?
I've seen it, yeah.
Like I binge watched. I put it off forever because I've read all this dude's books, so I knew I wasn't gonna learn anything new, which is of course true. He just kind of rehashes all the stuff that he puts in his books, and
Hmm.
like, dude, I've become obsessed with this guy's books, and like people like hate on him because he's jumping from archaeology tends to just be like they're very careful about what they think, right? They just like, oh, we can't
Right.
explain this, and he's trying to fill in these blanks with different kinds of evidence that he believes. He's a journalist, so he's trying to
Yeah.
piece together the story, right?
And there's a lot of
And a
evidence
lot of
supporting it.
people, there's a ton of evidence supporting it, and it's like people just absolutely hate on this guy or destroy him, and it's like,
I think they're
why?
afraid it's
Why do
true.
you? Yeah, I think they are afraid it's true, but all the evidence suggests that like the Great Flood, which is, I would believe, historically accurate, happened because a meteor struck. And
Yeah.
did is it, according to their sciences, it blew up over the North American ice cap, which flash melted all the ice and caused the flood. Like, have you ever seen the Eastern Washington, the Scablands? It's in that show too. And like, there's all growing number of scientists that believe that wasn't just glacier melting; it was flash, a massive flash flood that nobody's ever seen before, and that completely altered the shorelines of the world that we know today. And like, dude, every ancient culture in the world has like these flood myths. You know what I mean? But
flood myths, end of the world scenarios. I mean,
and
that's the thing. This asteroid they just recently found it. This is even the same one as it was it Ophos or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
That's a completely different one. It's supposed to hit about the same time, ain't it? It's a potentially
right. And let's be honest though, if they believed that asteroid was big enough to wipe out the world, do you think they would tell us?
Oh no.
Like, city destroying is one thing. We're talking about a planet killing thing. We're gonna have to send Bruce Willis and his team up there to blow this motherfucker up, dude. Like,
it's like the movie. What movie is that?
It's Armageddon.
Armageddon. Which is very realistic. But that's a comet, though. That's not just an asteroid.
Fall in love with Liv Tyler and don't want to leave her. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You don't want to close my eyes. Don't want to, threw myself up.
Copyright infringements. And I want to say hello to Alicia, who said hi there in the chat.
I cannot ever see the. Where's my freaking mouse? My mouse is gone. I'm feeling old right now. Trying to find the chat. How did I say hi? Oh,
Arwen.
Yeah, bro, it won't let me ever comment on this stuff.
Well, when I commented back at
from Lord of the Rings,
was he played?
Nah, bro, she was in Armageddon too. What do you mean? Yes, that's Arwen from Lord of the Rings, but she was definitely in Armageddon. Am I tripping?
Nah,
she was in Armageddon.
She was. That
was Bruce Willis's daughter. But I mean, in the movie, it's Bruce Willis's daughter.
Spoilers.
Oh my god!
Everybody's seen that movie.
Everybody, see you. If you haven't seen that movie, what's wrong with you? But anyway,
we'll go back on your evidence we're talking about. I mean, we got the craters in the ocean. We got the meteor crater in Arizona from an impact site. There's tons of stuff, and it could happen.
Yeah, one of the arguments against Graham Hancock's theory and the reason why he thinks it blew up over the ice cap is because there isn't a crater for that particular impact, but the evidence is literally all over the world. In what do they call that? There's a black mat like that they've dug down to that shows evidence of a comet strike, and it's like it's about the end of the Younger Dryas, which is like 11,000 some change years ago. I'm gonna get somebody's gonna comment like, "Oh, you don't have your facts straight." No, because I didn't write it down. Relax. You know what I'm talking about. Look it up.
There are no fact checkers here, but yeah, they've even found fossils of fish and sea life in the mountains, which tells you something.
Oh yeah, and I think that personally, I think that they keep this kind of information secret because they know. I know that they know that the world is going to end at some point, and it exists in predictable cycles. And again, I think that the people who really are running the show know about these cycles and don't want us to know it.
Now the question is, will the world itself end, or just the population of humanity in the world will still be there?
I mean, if our stories have told you anything, obviously some people are going to make it. Like maybe I'll get to be Noah this time. Maybe somebody will warn me through the reed, whatever you call that. Noah. Yeah, I become Noah. I'm gonna fucking make a boat, even though I have no carpentry skills at all. My shit will sink for sure.
I wouldn't even finish it. I wouldn't even finish the boat. That's the sad part. I mean,
my neighbors would be like, "What is this crackhead doing out there?" Oh my God!
But anyway, dreams, like you say, you've had dreams before too, all your life, just like I have. But most of mine involve water or huge tsunamis. Even before I knew what a tsunami was, I mentioned this before. As a kid, I've had dreams of water coming up even over the mountains, taking houses and stuff out. That's before I even knew. I never even saw the ocean before. I didn't know what that was. It's just, and I don't know though, because even if you're biblical and believe in that stuff, they say that he would never flood the earth again. In the way of destroying it's supposed to be fire this time. So, I mean,
right.
what are these visions or dreams we're having? Past life?
That's. I mean, it's hard to say. Like, so, like, they may not flood the earth. So, I mean, if a comet struck the earth this time, perhaps that means it's going to strike on land, and like we're going to die by fire and brimstone, because that's what that would do.
Well,
if a
comets are mostly ice and water, though. So if it melts,
right? But it would be like, according to like different science, it would be like a freaking megaton bomb. Well, like a nuclear bomb hit and would just destroy everything in its path.
Yeah, just the friction
like,
alone.
It would create so much heat. I don't know. That would be freaking terrifying. But then again, it would be fair to one and all. All of us would die together.
What makes more sense to me is that if it is an event, well, fire destroys the earth, they got to be related to the sun or some sort of solar event.
Could be.
I mean, knowing.
Like at any point in time, the sun could just wipe us out. I mean, it could eject stuff from itself and ejaculate all over us. God, why did I say that?
PG-13. Yeah, but scientists pretend they know so much about the sun. They don't know nothing. This is all guesses and theories. They don't know what the sun's going to do or what can happen.
Yeah, right. I think, man, I don't know. I think that it's going to happen within our life. I always had zombie apocalypse dream, dude. I don't know. Yeah. I really do think that a zombie apocalypse would probably be cool. Like as much as it scares everybody. Like
it depends on the type of zombies. Are they the slow moving ones? Or are they the ones that can run?
You're right. You're right.
We got
is it going to be
in the chat here? Hi there, Chaotic.
Is it going to be what are the zombies from that one movie, the where they move like extra fast, like 28 days later? Like, is it going to be like that?
There's a bunch of them. There's a newer one too, where they all climb each other trying to get up that wall. What's that one? That newer zombie movie.
Isn't that 28 days later? 28 weeks later?
There's another one. Help me out, chat. What's the name of that movie?
Freaking I Am Legend.
Well, those
I Am Legend zombies.
Those are more like vampires more than zombies, aren't they?
Man, if you don't shut the hell up,
it'll come to me eventually. But anyways, they can run. They're fast. If that's the case, I'm screwed. I ain't getting very far.
I mean, I'm screwed too, man. I get winded just going up my damn stairs in my house now. I'm getting lazy in my old age.
I guess we're gonna start working out, getting ready for this stuff.
Probably. I don't know. Wifey always says that if it happens, like we're just gonna die. It's okay. No going to a safe place. Just
we got zombie apocalypse. We got some sort of disease type of thing, a plague or whatever. Potential solar activity, floods, a neutron star going off and creating a gamma burst. I mean, there's so many different scenarios that could destroy the world.
Yeah, when I was super obsessed with this in my conspiracy days, I watched pretty much everything I could find on the Gaia Network about end of the world stuff. And the most common date that came up was not 2012, it was 2030. Like around the 2030 time is when they're expecting, like climatologists are expecting like this climate event that starts another ice age. There's like
that's roughly when that asteroid's supposed to arrive. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Around the same time, 2032.
Like, World War Z.
I mean, in all honesty, we might end up nuking ourselves before then with how the things are going.
All it takes is one person to launch. That's it.
That's it. We don't
start launching too.
Yeah, bro. That's it. Like, in all honesty, that'll probably be what happens. Is that we're as a people, we're so fucking retarded that we're gonna blow ourselves up. But if not,
damage.
If not, I think again, the world as it sits, anybody that's actually looking and paying attention to what's going on around us cannot continue going the way that we're going as a people of this planet, not the country, not, it's bigger than that. Like the way that we observe
Yeah.
the environment and interact with it, we are going to destroy ourselves. It's only
Well,
a
it's already
matter of time.
been
You know what I mean?
basically, I don't know if it's proven yet or not, but they're saying there's a point of no return that I don't know if we've crossed yet. That basically, no matter what we do, it's too late. There's too much damage. All the trees being cut down. We're getting all these super storms hitting all the time now. We're getting storms here every other week. It seems like.
Lisa's right. If there is a zombie apocalypse, I'll live. They got a lot of guns over there, so that's where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with her. I guess we're gonna go to the mountains. To me, the mountains would be the best place to survive. I don't know why we're doing zombies, but that's what we're doing now.
Well, if the grid goes down and shit hits the fan, the mountains will be the safer place to go. Yeah.
Mountains is where I'd go.
But what if everybody else has the same idea?
Well, then we're gonna have to kill all those people.
Yeah.
Just,
I mean, yeah.
that would be the thing. According to every show ever, people is going to be what you have to worry about the most.
It is. Even in The Walking Dead, even though they're zombies, it's the other people that.
Wait, World War Z, isn't that the freaking video game?
Now, that's that movie I was talking about with all the zombies that actually run and stuff and climbing over each other. There probably is a game on it. They make games on everything. Too.
28 days later, 28 weeks later, 28 years later, huh?
I think 28 Days sounds familiar. I've never actually seen it. I know it's a zombie.
I think that's the first one, 28. So he's doing the sequels. So 28 Days, I'm almost positive that's the one where like the super fast extra zombies, you know what I mean? Ain't no messing with that. But and then I know I pretty much know everybody that's commenting, and I know none of these folks are religious. So, like, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that the world is going to end in our lifetime? Like, do you think that's a possibility?
So. I've always felt that. I'm here to be a witness or whatever, for whatever reason. I don't know, but I think I'm here to see it.
Oh, guns. Yeah, not here. That's right. They got lost in a boating accident. I forgot.
How far back? Not going to do much.
Not enough. I know enough. You know, you can only carry so much ammo. That's the thing.
I got a sword. Just got to cut the head off.
It's already did. It's purgatory. It already did. We're in purgatory. I mean,
people have said that this is actually purgatory. That is an idea that's out there.
It could have, like, we wouldn't, bro. I've thought about that too. I've thought about that high before. Like,
is that we're in purgatory or we're actually in hell now? I don't even realize it. I mean, there's ideas out there that make sense.
Yeah, that doesn't. Can't really discount that idea. Like, I don't know. Again, I've been obsessively listening to the Law of One again. And they said in 1980 we're due for what they call the harvest. So I mean, at any point in time, like we're due for it, and who knows what actually is going to happen.
Well, that's the thing, though. We measure time, and it said even in the Law of One, I believe, that we're the only species that measures time.
Right.
So for them, it could be no time, but for us, it could be years later. It could be measured.
Yep. It's time does not exist.
They say it's an illusion created by man. Yeah.
Boom.
It makes sense.
Boom.
I mean, think about it. Back in the old days, before they even measured time, what did they do? They just did whatever. They didn't know, like, it's 8 o'clock.
They follow the stars, man. They measure the time by the stars on the moon and the sun.
That's still measuring time, though. See?
Right. Dude, I mean, look at the Mayan calendar. They had such a freaking crazy advanced calendar system. It's wild. Like, just watch it. I think about them. No, I think it will change. I'm talking about Revelation. Moms, I think it will change. Time does not. Talked about Revelation. So I don't know, man.
It's a very fascinating book in the Bible. I mean, if you believe in that kind of thing,
I've read Revelations as many times as I possibly could read it, and I did just so Revelation. For anybody who's done psychedelic drugs, the Book of Revelation sounds like somebody smoked a bunch of DMT and then wrote down what they seen. To me, it makes sense that way, and I think that assuming stars are real, Jesus, it's a whole nother ball game. The stars are real. If anything, it's real. If anything, it could just be a projection out there, but.
That's definitely another video. I mean, another series to do that. Space is not real. We're in a closed system here on Earth. I mean, that's ideas out there about that kind of stuff. And I'm not going to dismiss it, but I also at the same time can't prove it. So,
I can't go out into space to know this for sure.
I
Can
wish.
only, dude, I would love it. I was thinking about that too, like the questioner and question and answer session that the Law of One session does is like I would kill to be able to be asking the questions myself.
Oh
And like
man,
I've
can you
thought about
imagine?
this, man. Like the things that you could ask, I don't even know. I like that's the thing when I'm listening to the dude ask the questions back and forth, and like he sounds like somebody who doesn't even know how or what to ask because, like, dude, it's like the source of knowledge. What am I gonna,
I'm not
it's wild.
sure. I mean, is this an illusion? Is this a simulation? Is it real? I mean, there's
That
so many
is
different
what they
questions.
say.
I
And I
believe it.
mean, dude, when I listen to it, like I've thought about it over and over again. How could they possibly have faked what they did? This was 1980 that they recorded this, and
Yes.
the amount of the internet was not. I don't know if it existed at that point. I don't think it did,
Not on the
but
scale it does today, but it was
they did
around.
not have access to the net
There was
like
no
we do. They couldn't
Google,
just
no
research this
Wikipedia.
crap. They can't just Google all this crap.
Mm.
So how did this source keep relaying this much information and it have stats, stood the test of time? It's just interesting to me. Like, I
Hmm.
don't know. I firmly believe it. And I also thought about this the other day is what if this source is actually an artificial intelligence? Because like the way they
I
were
mean,
asking, describing, I was talking to Chat GBT like that, and I'm like, interesting. You know what I mean?
if
I
you
don't
think
know.
about it, if we are in a simulation, wouldn't the source be some sort of form of AI? I mean, the program itself responding to us. Alicia makes a good point
I
that the
think
world
we
would change as we
will.
know it, but not actually ends. And I've heard that thrown out there as well.
Well, that's what the idea of the apocalypse was. Like the 2012, it's the time of great change. That's what apocalypse means. Like, it doesn't
Mm.
necessarily mean the world is going to end, but we are going to go through a period. So, like, I think humanity has been presented with a choice as a whole. So we either start coming together and unify as a whole and realize that we are all one in this creation, or we end up destroying ourselves and we have to restart again. You know what I mean?
But we got so many distractions, so much negativity out there. It's not looking good.
And I think that's on purpose. So I think we
Oh, it
do
is.
exist in a world that if there is positive forces out there like God, if God does exist, then obviously there has to be the negative side, right? So
Oh,
obviously the
yeah.
negative side would want to sow chaos and division and all that neat stuff. But ultimately good can always overcome evil. AI existed way before we had knowledge of it. Could it be the actual gods? Could be. The what is that? There was a theory about the idea of the um damn it, about AI taking control and killing off mankind in the past, and then there was a solar flare that destroyed the AI, and that was the beginning. I don't care. It goes into a long freaking thing, but I don't know the rest of it. But
That's a good point, though. I mean, let's say if there's a simulation, of course, why couldn't these beings create temporary avatars to come down and interact with us?
yeah, this could very easily be a computer simulation we exist in.
Mm.
Like it's
They found binary code in our DNA. I mean,
look at the way DNA is coded, dude. This could easily be, we could easily exist in a simulation. That's what, if you look at, the ancient spiritual teachings from that perspective, that we live inside of an illusion, like a video game, like the video game, has rules, but it also can be like the rules can be bent, right? Like you can use cheat codes, if you will, bust out the game shark, talking about my age.
this is a good point that chaotic knowledge has top most likely in-game scenario. Thoughts?
So I think that personally, I think that we, if something doesn't come and correct the planet, I think we're going to destroy ourselves. I think that we're getting to a point as a society where literally somebody's gonna fire the nuke, and ultimately, it's not necessarily the people that are running the country that are going to do this. It's the people that are financing the countries that are going to do this. The people that are financing the wars. That's who want the war. Is
Well, war is money. Yeah.
Yeah, the people financing both sides of World War II, the people that finance all the, military industrial complex. That's who wants the war.
Well, what are your thoughts on this? They say if we get to that point, that we may have to get some sort of outside intervention to stop us from doing it.
I think that that has happened. I think the number of like UFO encounters and whatnot have went up drastically after we started testing nuclear weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same thing they say in the Law of One Source. They talk about how they started sending more because nuclear power, the idea of nuclear weapons and nuclear power was given as a positive thing, and we turned it into weaponry. Like it was meant, nuclear energy is supposed to be, one of the things that help
Free
us
energy.
evolve as a society. And like the things that Nikola Tesla was doing, experimentation with free energy, that was to free individual people. And that technology, I guarantee, has been kept secret. Like I guarantee we could have an electric car that could be powered from the ionosphere and you would never have to charge it.
Oh,
Talk to me about that. When you get that kind of technology out there, I'll go buy one right now. If I don't ever have to plug it in, but people will laugh. This stuff doesn't exist. No, it 100% did exist, and the people that are running the game are not going to let it come out.
It reminds me of this meme I saw where the aliens are watching us. And it says, "Oh, they created fire. They can use this, whatever. Oh, they're using it as weapons. Like, oh, they've created stone tools. They can use this to evolve. Oh, wait, they're using those as weapons." And then at the end, it's like, "Oh, they've developed nuclear energy. They can use this to evolve. Wait, they're using those as weapons. So no matter what we evolve and use, we can weaponize it."
I've had this argument with people before because there's people that will like try to justify like the attack on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and like there's in no point is there ever a time where we should be using nuclear weapons on people like that. That was like it's so wrong, like it's crazy. And if you look, my kid's coming out here.
Daddy,
what's up, buddy?
I'm about to pee my underwear.
Okay, then go pee.
In life. You need to go.
Where's the people?
It's coming.
Okay, we'll go pee there, buddy.
Intermission.
I forgot to take his potty upstairs.
Oh, okay.
I pee.
The
Good job, sir.
The struggle is real. He'll return in a moment. He's taking care of his kid there. But yeah, anybody in chat want to add anything we're talking about? Any ideas? Anything you've heard? Any dreams you may have had? Any beliefs or something that involves the end of the world that you want to share with us in the chat here? Let us know. He's back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
crazy.
By the way, guys, we want to wish this guy a happy birthday.
You're right. It is my birthday today.
It's a good day to come back for our live stream.
I will in a few. Okay, go back up there.
So maybe you can fill up juice.
Yes, I will do that.
Speaking of which, I got my coffee here. I don't spill it.
Lord have mercy. Hey, man, it's nice that you just got a place. So what was I talking about here? Let's see.
Oh, yeah. Oh, actually, here we go. Chaotic Knowledge has a good point here. And I believe this as well, that humans do mimic a virus, and the Earth is going to try and fight us off.
What is that the movie The Matrix, when the agent Smith talks about how humanity is a virus,
that we act like a virus. Yeah, and we do.
Mm-hmm.
We go to somewhere, we consume till all the resources are gone, move on, and do the same thing there. And that's what we're doing to the planet.
But yeah, like that's the thing. That's what technology is supposed to do. It is supposed to free us so that way we can focus on spiritual concepts and come together, because that's what brings us together. Instead, we're forced to go out and slave every day just to be able to pay the bills to turn the freaking lights on. That's what Nikola Tesla was trying to do, is trying to invent stuff that give free energy for everybody, but they didn't want that. So he mysteriously got suicided, and the same thing has happened over and over again throughout time. When anybody tries to come up with anything like that,
many physicists who create their form of free energy end up disappearing or getting killed. They don't want that. There's no money in free energy. They want fossil fuels. We got to pay for it.
Nope. The freaking What did the Lob one say about the people? You know what they do with Nikola Tesla's work? What do you think they did with it?
Probably destroyed it.
They
Well,
used
hid it
it to
out
create
somewhere.
weapons. That's what they say. They
Oh, well,
use
yeah.
that stuff to create weaponry, and they say that a lot of the craft or UFOs that we've seen in the sky have actually been our own. And that's like the deep message. A lot of people think this is extraterrestrial stuff, but in reality, this is our equipment. Like that's the thing most people don't realize. Oh
That is
God.
true. You're right. I mean, they say that basically, if we would have went the route with Tesla, we would possibly basically be 100 years further in advancement than we are now, at least.
We would be a space-faring race at this point. And as a matter of fact, a lot of people, dude, in the conspiracy community, the stuff that's coming out now, like the stuff about UFOs, it's no longer a whether or not they exist. They do exist.
They're
Like I
proving it. Even our
downloaded the
government has
entire
shown it.
freaking CIA doc dump about this. Like
Mm-hmm.
this has been going on since what the late 40s, like
But
the
we're
mid
so
40s. Living.
distracted that majority of the population doesn't care.
No, a lot of people don't believe it. A lot of people are like, oh, what are they trying to confuse us with? No, the fact is this does exist. And what we need to be asking as a people is like, what are they doing with the technology from this? You know what I mean? That's what I want to know. Like this stuff exists. So how are they coming and going? What is the propulsion system? What is it? And I think we're, dumping billions of dollars into these different jets or different spacecraft and whatnot that we're doing. But in reality, like we possess this stuff that's way more advanced than that. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that stuff be like they funnel money into black budget
Well, that's
projects.
proven. The technology that the government has and that they've released to us is at least a couple hundred years more advanced than they released.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So they could probably already have fly from here to Mars in minutes, and they're not going to tell us.
I mean, again, whistleblowers, different in the conspiracy community. This is stuff that they've said. No, we've been going to and fro. We got bases on the moon. We got bases on Mars. Like I used to laugh at this dude I worked with for saying that stuff, and now I believe it. It's like, I'm like, yeah, dude, smoke another J. You know what I mean? Like, I firmly believe that. So, like, if that's the case, if we do actually have that, that means that we are funneling money into these programs and probably funding this stuff.
I have heard that the speed of dark is faster than the speed of light. I have heard that somewhere.
Yeah, I mean,
you would think they'd be equal because without light you have darkness.
So the same you speed, can't. But it's like traveling at light speed is not enough. They have to. Yeah, it has to be something different. So they're
light is universally slow. Yeah.
Right. So in like what do they talk about, these wormholes and whatnot in space? Like they talk about just like, dude, every movie ever, the Guardians of the Galaxy, where they're like flying through wormholes in space and stuff like that. What do you think that is? Like, do you think that that dude, this shit is real? I'm guaranteeing it.
It is.
Like they're just leaking information to us in ways that we can think is cool. So that way, when somebody tries to whistleblow about it, they're like, "You seen that in a movie?"
Well, the movie got the idea from. Like darkness is in between, which makes sense because that's what they consider the void, and the void doesn't exist in our reality. It's kind of in between realities. So that makes sense.
No, I mean that makes sense. Like in the Lob 1 series, that they talk about how a lot of the beings travel is literally through thought. So if you are advanced enough and understand what we truly are, you could travel somewhere just by thought alone. Like it's as simple as that. Like a lot of those craft, that's what they're using. But
they talk about that in the movie, and one of my favorite books of all time is A Wrinkle in Time. And they travel using what they call the tesseract, using just their will and their thought, and they travel across the universe.
Sounds very Marvel-y, like the tesseract. Is Thanos going to come and get it and get the what is it, the Power Stone, or is that the Space Stone? I think it's the Space one.
One or the other.
I don't know. I've been watching this. It's just it's the Space Stone. I think is in the tesseract. It's either
the Reality Stone or something.
No,
Either
the
way.
Reality Stone was. There we go. I don't know. We're fucking talking about this, but
What
Reality
is that?
Stone was the one that the chick had inside of her. Why'd she have the stone inside of her? I don't know, but that's the one he got from the collector guy.
Oh right, yeah.
Random, but I
mean-
bet I've been binge watching them damn Marvel movies, and so you know the flying helicarrier that they have.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it? Is it a helicarrier?
They call it a
Anyway,
carrier.
so there's in the whistleblower conspiracy community, they say that's a real thing. Like that actually
believe it.
exists.
I'm sure.
Um,
And it has
and
like a stealth mode where it turns invisible.
right.
By using mirrors and stuff to reflect the sky underneath it.
That would be kind of crazy, man. We end up going to like full scale war and we see all this super advanced technology come out. You know, like all of a sudden we're fighting with UFOs. Like, whoa,
Who says we're not?
when did this happen?
Who says we're not?
Oh, dude, that made me think of that. So the drone thing. So again, I've been re-listening to the Law of One books, and they say that the type of craft that the U.S. government has are unmanned, like UFO type craft that are supposed to be like essentially drones. So I thought about it, and like we have these massive amounts of drone sightings all over the place, and they're talking about, you know, they look kind of like craft. This seems interesting. Could be that.
Mm-hmm. Like chaotic knowledge says, movies are a way to leak information so the masses can accept in steps, which is basically the way of desensitizing us to the idea.
Mm-hmm.
Like they talk about UFOs all the time, so when they actually appear, we're like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever.
Right. That show freaking on Gaia called Hollywood Decoded that I watched a lot. They talk about that as the people running the show that so they put out, you know, they have to be able to put out their plan. They put out their plan into movies so that way, like they're telling you in advance, like predictive programming, like how in the in the passport photo on Neo and that Neo puss when he gets arrested, the passport photo says 9/11 2001. The movie was made in 1999. Like spoiler alert, 9/11 was
Who hasn't
planned.
seen the Matrix at this point? I mean,
who hasn't seen the Matrix? You know, but why is that in there?
Yeah,
why is it in there, and why is it flashed so fast that you wouldn't be able to see it, but your subconscious can pick it up? So again, these kinds of things are planned years in advance, and they have to tell you what they're doing. So that's like the whole idea of the Illuminati and deep state kind of, I don't know. The deep state is that idea has been hijacked. Now it's like every single Republican person I know says that, but
I'm about to pee again.
Looks like I'm about out of time here. This one is this one's gonna keep coming down here and go pee. But
too much water. All right. Well, it's been a great episode, a great start back to doing our live streams again. Hopefully we can do this every week like we used to. I guess we can try to do this on Thursday, same time if you want.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you guys all jumping in the comments. That makes things flow really smoothly. I love the interaction,
yeah.
Love it. Appreciate it.
Right.
And
we'll talk later.
Chaotic Knowledge is definitely somebody I'd like to have on the podcast as well at some point because that's actually my brother.
Okay, we got some good views, some good ideas.
Spoiler alert.
We'll bring him on maybe next week or if he's available or sometime soon.
It's a good idea. Let us know if you're not doing nothing. Dude, what are you doing, bro? Put your pants on. Anyway, all right.
Daddy, you mean shorts. Daddy, you mean shorts.
Hey, let me just. Oh, look at him.
There's a thing on your screen.
All right. Much love, my friends.
All right, man. We'll be in touch soon. We'll discuss.
I leave you in the love and the light of the one infinite creator.
you're most conscious.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. Later, man. All right. So he had to take off, but I'm glad you guys were enjoying our show tonight. Thanks for your being interactive in the chat. I really like that. Spread the word. This will be on YouTube later. If you couldn't catch it live, those of you who did watch it tonight, share it with your friends so you can get some more viewers out there. And we'll be back maybe the same time next week, same time. And we'll discuss a new topic, maybe discuss some AI and stuff, deep fake, all that good stuff. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next week. And you guys take care.